reason why your info product isn't scaling isn't because you're not doing enough content, isn't because you're not working hard enough, and it's not because of your offer. I'm Nikita, I'm 17 years old, and I work with people with over 200,000 followers, all the way down to 400 followers, and I run the exact backend system that has generated over 6 figures. Now, with that being said, everybody thinks it's the same problem that doesn't allow them to scale. If you stay to the end of this video, you'll understand that it is not what you think it is, and you'll see exactly what you have to fix inside of your backend. So here's what most coaches think the problem is. They think that either they need more content, better ads, so what do? They start going to post more content. They post more content, they post more ads, they put more dollars into ad spend, and nothing changes. And the reason for that is simple, because every single dollar that comes through this business has to go through you. And that's the one thing that none of you guys realize, that you have to remove yourself from the business, because as a business owner, as a CEO of whatever business model you're running, you have to understand that the main priority is to remove yourself from the business and apply these systems to allow the business to run itself. Because what's the whole entire goal with money? It's time and freedom. And the second that you get that is the second that you will understand that you have to take this weight off of your shoulders. But what you're doing right now is you are not delegating any of this workout to somebody who is 10 times better than you at it and somebody who is a lot faster than you at it. So it's so much more efficient, and it doesn't even cost that much money. So what does that mean? That means that the whole entire time that you've been working for freedom and time, you realize that you're honestly getting less freedom you have than you would have had working for somebody else. So what actually changes? The people that are able to scale past $10,000 a month minimum are the ones who realize that they have to build the systems and actually go ahead and bring in the right people so the business can grow and it won't have to actually depend on you. So let me show you the exact system that people doing $50,000 all the way to $150,000 a month implement inside of their backend, so it doesn't actually have to run through them, and once again, they can make money without it being through them. So this system is super simple. The audience goes to their content ecosystem, almost if you think of like a recycling logo, where the people go into their content ecosystem, they watch some long form YouTube, they learn the person, they understand, build a relationship, build trust through that content, they fall into the buying cycle, then they shoot a DM to your setter, the setter goes to them, sets a call, and then this closer hops on a call, collects the cash, and boom, you go to the fulfillment. The operator dials in your fulfillment, makes sure that you aren't taking too much of your time on these students, you can still focus on your business model. And what do you have to do? Coach and post content. That's it. To add $50,000 to $150,000 a month on top of your revenue. And even if you don't think you can do that much, how bad would it hurt to implement a simple system to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month extra on top of what you're making with your business model? And not only that, you're also helping people who want to get into the business model like you. So specifically, let's dial a little bit into what the people who aren't able to scale past $10,000 a month are missing. The 3 main things that I see so commonly are, first off, the content ecosystem. If you don't have a content ecosystem that builds the buying cycle for you and works for you and compounds like an asset, then you understand that you do not have a business, because it doesn't run without it. So what is a content ecosystem? That's when someone decides what gets posted, when it gets posted, why it gets posted, and how it actually connects to the offer, and it will build the offer for leads to come through and want to be open to being helped from you. Number 2, I also see so commonly of sales systems. If you don't have sales systems, if you are hopping on every single closing call, then what do? You see that you're answering DMs, you're hopping on tens of closing calls a week minimum, and you don't have a follow-up sequence, taking from 40 to 50% of what's left on the table just because these setters are able to clean up for you. Lastly, the backend infrastructure. The backend infrastructure is also super important to build the best reputation possible. You have the onboarding, the fulfillment, and tracking, because if you aren't tracking, you cannot fix what you can't see. There are so many people who mistake tracking for something little and something that doesn't actually help and compound their business, because at the end of the day, if you are having one little thing that you say on your VSL, on your landing page, then the X amount of people that click off is whatever, $10,000, $20,000 lost that month, simply just because you said one wrong thing inside of your VSL. Now let me give you a real example. One of my clients with 197,000 followers, I came in, he hired us, we partnered up together, and I implemented a setter right away so we could build out a DM funnel and we could collect cash. And the first thing that I saw was that he has no closer, no setter, no systems, no tracking. And what is the biggest problem with that? The fact that the system was never there, but the audience was. So there's people who are open to being helped from you, but they just haven't gotten enough nurture because there wasn't any system, there wasn't anyone answering the DMs every single day and every single minute. So that lost him so much money that he realized that he has to partner up with someone like us. Now here's why most coaches never make this shift, because a lot of them think that it's too expensive to partner up with someone like us, to partner up with another operator, or to even just hire someone, delegate some of that work. But the problem is that if you are doing 10K a month, and you could be doing 30K a month simply with systems in place inside your info product, then the cost of not hiring someone, of not partnering up with someone, is more expensive than actually not doing it in the first place. Or number two, they think that they need to learn every single thing themselves before they delegate some of that work. But the people who are at 100K a month didn't get there by learning everything themselves. They got there by actually implementing. They got there by hiring people who already knew it and letting them run it. Or number three, they don't even know this problem exists. They've never heard of a growth operator. They've never even heard of people who specialize in scaling info products. But the thing is, the second that they do, everything changes. Real quick, if any of this resonates with you, shoot me a DM on Instagram if you want to see exactly how this would work inside your specific business or info product. And I only work with a few number of coaches, so I want to see if it's the right fit before we even talk. Look, the reason I made this video is because every single day I see coaches with real offers, real audiences, real results, but they aren't able to get anywhere. They continue doing the same number month to month simply because they don't know how to actually operate the backend infrastructure of their info product.